Hey, it's Eric Barfield. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to install the cover band collection on your Nord Stage 3. Let's get started. Now before we get started, there are two different ways that you can install this. You can do it really easy by using the archive file that's included, or you can do it the manual way. I'm going to show you how to do the archive way first. First, you're going to need to connect a USB cable to your computer into the back of your Nord Stage 3. Check to make sure that your Nord Stage 3 is running version 2.62 or higher of the firmware. Next, go to nordkeyboards.com, click on Software, and then get the free Nord Sound Manager. Now, launch the app, and this is what your screen will look like. In the right-hand corner, we're going to come up to Backup, and we're going to click this and save a copy of our current Nord settings to our desktop. Next, we're going to hit Restore, and we're going to find our version that we want. It's under Nord NS3 Cover Band Collection. We're going to go with the full version, and then this right here. And if we want, we can just drag and drop it here, and then we'd hit Open. Now you just sit back for about an hour to 2 hours and just let it do its thing. And that's just how easy it is. Now the advantage to this method is that you can swap in different archive files depending on what you're wanting to do. So say you're playing with one band, you could have an archive file of your cover band patches. If you're playing maybe at church, you could have one of the worship collection or maybe your own patches, and it's easy to swap in and out. Now the manual way lets us blend a couple different patches together, but it's a lot more tricky. Let me show you how to do that. So once again, we're going to make sure that USB cable is connected. We're running version 2.62 here, and we have a version of the Nord Sound Manager here running, and it looks like this roughly, or probably your original patches will be here. Before we start, we're going to create a backup just in case things get hairy, and we'll hit Save. Next, we're going to have to remove some program files under the Program tab here in order for us to be able to move cover band material over here. So if you just have like a factory reset Nord, you're going to have about 100 open slots here. You can see them by clicking on Organize up here, and they will show up. They'd show up and they'd look like this. Once we've either deleted or saved those to our desktop, we're going to grab some of the program files here in the Program Files area, and we're just going to drag them in, and we'll drag them like this and drop them. Next, we're going to do the same thing with our synth presets. Now, we don't have to do this if we don't want to. We can just use the program files by themselves, but why not get the synth presets as well? In order to do that, you just come down over here to our synth presets. You do the same thing again. Make sure have clicked the Organize button so it's green, and you can grab a bunch or a few and drag them in. Now on this particular keyboard, I've already installed the collection, so I can't really demo this as well as I'd like, but you're going to either see a yellow or a red highlight on any program file or synth preset that does not have the sample you need. So to fix that, it's really simple, but you have to be methodical. At this stage, we have to either make a decision to sub in or relink some of the files that we're missing, or we need to simply make room. Again, we try to make this as streamlined as possible, but one of the big ones that I like to use is the White Grand XL. The default one is the Royal Grand. And so what you might have to do if you want to resub something in for a Royal Grand is you could right click here, or if you want, you can simply go to relink up here, and you're going to have to click relink piano. And if I had a Royal Grand here, I would just simply click it on for slot A, if that's the one. And by the way, it will also tell you in this right-hand column which sample you're missing. If you need any of the piano library files I'm mentioning, they're under the piano library here. Then you can go under each one of these is the category that you want to put it in. So for instance, the grand pianos would go in the grand category, the upright would go in the upright, and so on and so forth. So again, it depends on how close you want it to be exactly, But if you substitute in a grand piano for another grand piano, it's probably going to sound pretty close. There's just a slight advantage to using the ones that I recommend over the ones that maybe you have already installed. Is it worth the trouble? Only you can tell. Now that you have done that with all of the piano library material, let's move on to the sample library. For starters, there's some custom presets in the sample library that you're going to have to install. To install those, you're going to go over to Sample Library, you'll go to Extra Samples, and then you're going to need to bring all of these into here. You'll need about 37 megabytes free, and there's a little indicator down below here that'll let you know exactly how much room you have. You can literally grab all of these at once and drop them in when you have decided what you want to remove. At this point, if there's any more files that you're missing from the sample library, anything that's showing up yellow or red, here's how to fix it. Just go over to this folder labeled Core Samples Backup, and these will have all of the samples used in the cover band collection. And you can just drag and drop it in once you clear a little space. Last but not least, I've included 5 program files designed to go into your live set program. The live set program is this cool thing up here where you can hit called live mode, and it'll give you banks of 1 through 5. And what this allows you to do is quickly be able to find a piano or a upright or whatever you want here quickly, and then press the button again and jump back to your original patch. Here's how to install it. In your folder, find the live set program files and drop them into an empty slot in your Nord Sound Manager. Once you've done that, come back over to your Nord, hit Store, and then hit Live Mode. And pick the live slot you want. Grand pianos I like to put on 1, and then hit Store again. And they will be stored there. And that's it. Now, if you get stuck on any of these steps, write me at Patch Foundry. I'll be happy to help you.